All right, and our last story for today that we're going to cover is a White Lotus star kind of throwing shade at folks, you know, throwing little temper tantrums and thinking they're special. So we're going to take a look at a couple articles here. Some you're probably familiar with. This one just popped up and I was like, what? Really? I don't even know this chick. All right, but you guys, y'all may know who I'm talking about. This is Amy Lou Wood. She is, we'll see her in a minute in the pictures, of course. Then you'll be like, oh, that one. Yeah, she's from White Lotus and apparently some other stuff too. Anyways, headline from Daily Mail says, Amy Lou Wood throws shade towards Snow White star Gal Gadot by liking social media post about her bad acting following $270 million woke disaster film. Now, look, I don't know if she was necessarily celebrating Gal Gadot being a bad actress, which, let's be fair, Gal Gadot is not a great actress. I've mentioned before that I liked her, and I do in certain roles, you know, but again, like, as a filmmaker, there's people in our communities that are always like, I want to be an actor, I want to act. But as you work with them, you kind of learn their range and you learn what they're good at, and you cast them in those roles, and you don't cast them in other roles that maybe you know they're not going to be strong in. But then other people in the community seem like, ooh, I want to put them in everything. It's like, they're strongest in this. You may want to do that. No, I'm going to put them in everything. It's like, okay. But then they find out real quick, like, oh, he was really just good kind of playing that kind of character. It's like, yeah. Because again, locally, we're not working with professionals or anything like that. But, you know, Gal Gadot, she's a model. She's a good looking woman. And she can act in a certain way. I'll say that. A limited range. Very limited range. Enjoyed her in Wonder Woman. Thought she was great. Anyways, so let's take a look at what she's got going on here. It says, Amy Lou Wood has thrown shade at Snow White star Gal Gadot on social media. The White Lotus star, 31, has publicly expressed her feelings about the Israeli actress' work after liking an Instagram post about her bad acting. Post on Reddit discusses Amy liking the video post that criticizes Gal's acting, expressing empathy for crew members working with her due to wasted time and potential financial hardship. Gal's defining role was in Wonder Woman 2017, and since then she has also starred in Fast and Furious, Death on the Nile, Red Notice. I hadn't seen some of those. Mail Online has contacted Amy and Gal's representatives for comments. Gal's most recent film, Snow White, has been mired in controversy amid the backlash against its woke themes and feud between herself and Rachel Zegler. Again, I've heard that Gal Gadot doesn't win any awards in her acting or singing or lack thereof in the new Snow White movie. But you can pin a lot of the issues on this, the success of this film, on Rachel Zegler and Disney. I mean, sure, Gal Gadot, you know, maybe she didn't, you know, bring it home. But when you look at everything that everybody's complaining about, it is Rachel Zegler and Disney. And I think if it wasn't for that, the movie probably would have been fine. So yeah, if you don't know who Amy Lou Wood is, it's this one. I know you're thinking, Chris, you're being a dick right now. Yes, I am. But I'm doing that for a reason. Because, one, she's making that face. Two, I've got the gap thing going on. I don't have pretty teeth. Right? And I don't care if people make fun of me. I mean, yeah, it kind of stings a little bit, I guess. Like, hey, you know, hey, fatty. Hey, Tubbs. Hey, Gap. Hey, fall in the gap. And get stuck. Because you're fat. You're going bald. Hey. Okay, I'm getting too deep. Sorry. I was diving into some emotional things. Let me pull myself out. I don't really care. People say stuff. You know, it is what it is. Honest to goodness, I've really only had a handful of haters out of all my videos. And I've got quite a few videos if you go back and look. Only a handful of haters. And they were just hating because of my political views. They never really attacked me so much. So I I can't complain. I mean, she's out there more. She's going to be attacked more, but that's kind of part of the job. And I mean, I hate people are mean, but is it the people or is it her and her reaction to things? Let's keep reading a little bit, and I think you're going to see what I'm talking about here real quickly. Let's see. I was scrolling through this article earlier, and I saw this picture of Gal Gadot, and I was like, this is not a good picture. I know y'all are looking at me like, dude, have you seen yourself? Yes, but I'm not Gal Gadot. Hair, makeup, outfit, not super flattering for Gal Gadot, which is shocking. Shocking to say the least. It says Rachel. Talking about Zegler, of course. Rachel Zegler has famously expressed pro-Palestine views, while Gal, in contrast, is a well-known supporter of Israel because she's from Israel. It comes amid claims that Disney has zero faith in the woke Snow White live-action adaptation. Insiders have claimed, of course, they don't, and they've canceled other films already. $270 million remake of the 1937 classic has been beset by multiple controversies, including dumping the traditional sexist romance plot, sexist, I like how they did that, romance plot, to reimagining the Seven Dwarves as a diverse group of magical creatures of all heights, gender, and race. Of course, they did go back with the dwarves. It's a big thing there. Again, Disney dropped the ball. Disney screwed up. Amid the news, the blockbuster won't have a star-studded premiere like most Disney movies, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get back to this crazy chick, right? See, that looks great. She looks hot. Amy Lou Wood. Elsewhere, Amy broke her silence in feud rumors with Walter Goggins in a new social media post. So it just seems like Amy Lou Wood has it out for everyone. Who? Everyone! And I've never heard Walter Goggins get out of line or have issues with anybody. The dude's probably one of the hardest working people in Hollywood now. He's got The Righteous Gemstones. He's got Fallout. He's got White Lotus. He's everywhere. He's all over the place. I think the first thing I remember seeing him in, and I like him. I think Walter Goggins is pretty great. First thing I remember seeing him in anyway was House of a Thousand Corpses. And as you guys know, if you've watched the show, you know I'm a fan of that series. But yeah, I thought he was great in that. It was cool. But yeah, and I love Fallout. And I've seen him in some other films too. In fact, he had a film that was released at film festivals that I don't think ever got a theatrical release. And I saw that. He was like a preacher man with a snake and everything. And it was wild. It was nuts. But I saw that as a special release at a film festival. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I have a problem with Walter Goggins. It seems like this chick does. So yeah, anyways, it says the sex education star plays Chelsea in the third series of The White Lotus, who ends up in a relationship with Walton's character, Rick. Despite their on-screen chemistry in Thailand, the pair have reportedly fallen out since filming for the HBO Max series wrapped up. Eagle-eyed fans notice how the pair have unfollowed each other on social media and potentially have each other blocked. Taken to her Instagram on Thursday, Amy shared a piece of fan art by so-and-so on her stories. The impressive drawing shows the actress and the actor during their time together on the show, seemingly suggesting all is now well between them. The post comes just a day after it was reported that the pair will soon be reuniting for a work obligation and suspicions they are embroiled in a feud, CNN reporter so-and-so claimed. The entertainment correspondent says she learned off the record that Amy and Walter may be forced to team up in the coming weeks for a professional matter. I think I'm pretty much wrapped up here. There's one more thing I think I saw. Yeah, and it mentioned the Blake Lively. This article is throwing everybody in there. The Blake Lively issue right here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that's it. So she's got a problem with everybody, right? And then if you don't remember, it was a couple of weeks ago, they did a skit about her on SNL. And she was all upset about that, right? This is from BBC. It says Amy Lou Wood calls SNL parody mean and unfunny. I didn't watch the skit, so I'm not going to pretend to have any kind of thoughts on that. Other than this, if SNL is making fun of you, you've kind of made it. It's kind of like Weird Al Yankovic covering your song. So she should be excited that she was covered and poked at by Saturday Night Live. Instead, not only was she upset and didn't like the skit, She said, did it say up here? No. I don't know if this article is going to say, but it said in other articles that she wanted an apology. She wanted an apology because SNL made fun of her with the poked out gap teeth look and everything like that. You know what? Pretty accurate. I'm going to pull it back up. Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate if you ask me. And of course you asked me because you're here watching and listening to me. But yeah, I mean, at what point do you just quit bitching and moaning? I mean, she sounds like she's got a problem with, again, everyone. And then even with SNL, she's unhappy with how she was portrayed. Like, get over it. You think Trump was happy about how he was portrayed? Do you think anybody that they dislike is happy about how they're portrayed? And then they don't even dislike this chick. They probably like her. They probably love her. They're probably, 100% in line politically and socially and virtue signal left and right and all over the place together, and singing Kumbaya. And they just made it funny. Which, to be fair, Saturday Night Live has been getting funnier lately, it seems like. It's almost like they figured out the formula, the woke, anti-political, when you demonize half of the country, doesn't work out well for you. So maybe they're getting back on track. We'll see. Again, I don't mind my side getting made fun of and being the butt of the joke, as long as the other side is too. And we're all just having fun. It's all in fun. It's not to be hurtful, spiteful, condemning. Let's just have fun, criticize where criticized is needed and pick, have fun, whatever. Again, one of my favorite shows, probably of all time, that does it so well is South Park. South Park goes after the left, the right, the Christians, the Jews, the Mormons, of course, everybody, and then their goal is to just be funny. I love me some South Park. So plug for South Park, I guess, because they need my plug. They're not already the hugest thing out there, but yeah, I love me some South Park because they just don't care. They're gonna poke fun at everybody in the sake of just having fun, making comedy, making things that are entertaining. It's great to see folks doing that, but man, like you gotta be able to roll with the punches, chick. This chick just, I don't know. I've never seen her act. She may be the greatest actor in the world. Even still, it doesn't excuse just hating everybody. I mean, throwing shade at everybody. Saturday Night Live, Walter Goggins, Gal Gadot. I'm sure there's more out there too. Like you're not even up here. Like, I don't know your name. I'm just now learning your name. Only thing I knew about you was that was it. That's all I knew about you. It's okay, boo-boo. Calm down. You're 31. You've got some time. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.